The story between God, Abraham, and Isaac, what's your thought on that? Why would God test Abraham like that? I'm curious your thoughts on that. Okay, so let's talk about that. So here's the thing. I can tell you why, I just can't tell you why that. So when God sets up a test, it's based off of what he knows about the person, and there's nobody who knows us better than God. So why did God do this? Well, it was a test of faith. In this passage, God promised Abraham that he would have a son, and that this son would eventually bring about a mighty nation, and it was, spiritually speaking, of salvation through Christ, and physically speaking, it was talking about the nation of Israel. However, Abraham knew that Isaac was the son of the promise, but God comes along and says, I want you to sacrifice your son to me. He's testing not his obedience, but his faith. He's testing that Abraham can believe that even if he sacrifices his son, God will still keep his promise, that God will make him into a mighty nation, into a father of nations. So he's willing to do this. This is not God condoning child sacrifice, not at all. Although it was a common practice back then, so Abraham wouldn't have thought twice about it. But God was testing his faith. Do you believe that I will keep my word? And that's exactly why God stopped him. God did absolutely plan to use Isaac the entire time to fulfill his word, but he wanted to see Abraham's faith. He wanted to be able to reward him for his faith. Now, why did God use that particular method of doing it? Because God knows his children. He knows what languages we speak. He knows how we think, and he knows what cultures we're in. God chooses the best ways to communicate with us and the best ways to test us. And honestly, his ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. We can guess all day long as to why he chose this particular method, but at the end of the day, we really just need to trust him and what he does.